how you doing, econ students? This is Mr. Clifford. Welcome to AC/DC Econ. Right now, we're still looking at cost curves. Yeah! Cost curves! Cost curves! Paul, I think that joke's getting old. In the previous video, I showed you the per unit cost curves. We've got average fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, and marginal cost. By now, you should be able to use that graph to calculate the total cost at any given quantity. So as the quantity increases, the box of total cost is going to look like that. In this video, I'm going to explain why these cost curves look the way they do. Why does marginal cost go down and up? And why ATC goes down, hit a minimum, and then go back up. First, let's start with marginal cost. Take a look right here. On the very top, you have the graph that you saw earlier in this unit. This is the marginal product curve. As you hire more inputs, like workers, the additional output produced by those workers is going to go up and eventually start going down because of the law of diminishing marginal returns. As workers specialize, the additional output they produce goes up and up and up. But because of fixed resources, the additional output produced by these workers will eventually start to fall, causing the marginal product to go down. It turns out that's the reason why the marginal cost is U-shaped. Look down here. This is the number of units produced and the cost of those units. As you produce more units, the additional cost of each additional unit begins to fall. That's because those units are produced by workers that are specializing and producing more additional output. So the additional cost of those units is falling. But as each worker produces less and less additional output, the additional cost of those units are going to start going up and up. Okay, I got it. Next up, why does the average total cost go down, hit a minimum, and then go back up? This is because the relationship between marginal and average. If the marginal cost is below the average total cost, it's going to pull the average total cost down. When the marginal cost goes above the average total cost, it's going to pull the average total cost back up. Let me give you an example to help you understand the idea. Let's say there's some people in a room and the average weight is 150 pounds. Let's say that the next person who walks in the room, the marginal person, weighs 100 pounds. What's that going to do to the average? Well, when the marginal is below the average, it's going to pull the average down. Let's say the next person who walks in the room is only 50 pounds. Well, again, the marginal is less than the average, so it's going to pull the average down. Now let's say the next person who walks in the room is 60 pounds. Notice 60 pounds is higher than 50. So the marginal weight is actually going up. But the average weight is still going to fall because 60 is less than the average. As long as the marginal is less than the average, it's going to keep pulling the average down. Now, when the next person who walks in the room weighs 300 pounds up here, that's going to pull the average right back up. And it's the same thing with cost curves. When the additional cost is below the average, it pulls the average down. So that's why the average total cost curve goes down and up. But it's also the reason right there is the minimum point of the ATC curve. Now this also applies to the average variable cost. It too gets pulled down when the marginal is below and pulled up when the marginal is above. So when it comes to the AP test, whenever you draw marginal and average, make sure you have the average hit a minimum and then go right back up. Now I hope this video helped you out. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment below. Also, take a look at the next video and check out my series Econ Movies. All right? Till next time.